particularly very excited it's particularly excited about this class, but when I woke up this morning, I wasn't thinking about this class. In fact, I was, I don't know why, I just started thinking of Jesus. And it's not that I didn't know, I wasn't connecting it, but Jesus came to my mind this morning as I was just laying in bed, and I was, of course, I'm always amazed by Jesus. And you probably all have some of your favorites, which I'd love for you to go ahead and type in on the chat, which are your favorites. But Jesus is pretty well known. I guess a lot of people know about Jesus. So, to me, Jesus is like the biggest miracle worker. So to me, Jesus is a miracle worker, like the miracle worker, because as you know, of his many stories that have been written about him, how he's been able to create so many miracles, and not only that, an amazing healer. So he's been always a part of my healing team. When I do healings, I do call on Jesus to work with me and work through me, and also for guidance. To me, like Archangel Michael is my main angel, and Jesus is probably my main ascended master, although I love a lot of the ascended masters. Jesus and Archangel Michael work with me very closely. So anyway, just start thinking about some of the ascended masters that you have either worked with or have come to your mind at different times. Another one, definitely Mother Mary and Kuan Yin, yes, Christine, and also, let's see, Moses. Moses has come to me whether I've wanted him or not. So it's kind of funny, and I was just thinking about Moses the other day, and then somebody posted this video, which I'm going to share a little part with you today if I can get the technical stuff done right. It's going to be my first try, so let's hope for the best. And somebody had posted this video, and she started talking about Moses, and I thought, oh my gosh, how coincidental that I happen to be thinking about Moses today. And nothing's a coincidence. So I've climbed Mount Sinai, I think 3 times now, and that's an incredible journey to do that. And it's not the easiest thing to do, and I would always, whenever I go do it, I remember my first time, oh my gosh, but every time it's such a challenge. Like when we do Mount Sinai, it's one of these things that I totally want to go, but then when you have to go do it, you're just kind of stressing because it's a big deal, and it's pretty physical, and it's just a lot. And I also think it's just the energy in general. But it's so amazing when you get to the top of the mountain and the sun starts coming up, and it's just an incredible, amazing experience. And then after the whole thing's said and done, when you come back down and you're done with it, you look back, and that's when it all hits you after the fact. So now, I had to go back a few more times because I wanted to, now that I knew what that felt like, to actually use that energy and be there. And because most people who come with me, I've had people that have come with me to Egypt, I think 2 times. I don't think anybody's come 3 times. But if they don't get that opportunity to go to Sinai again, at least I want to offer them something really special of being there and not having missed out. So being able to go back for me is a treat because I know how to lead people better with that. But I always say whenever I'm going up Mount Sinai is, whoever helped Moses up this mountain, you're welcome to help me up this mountain because it's something else. The other thing is the Great Pyramid. So I'm just going to talk right now real quick about the Earth's 5th chakra, which is the Great Pyramid. There's 3 of them. The Great Pyramid in Giza, which is in Egypt, obviously, Mount Sinai, and then Mount of Olives, which is in Jerusalem, which I don't really know anything about other than I wrote it down that it is overlooking the Golden Gate. And it's supposed to be a mystical place both for, well, for all religions, really. So anyway, it's kind of like a triangle right there. And so just talking about, you know, it's so incredible that Moses was part of Mount Sinai. And, you know, Jesus, they depict him a lot by the pyramids. And both of them came down to Egypt. And so it's kind of interesting that that's the place. But the Middle East obviously has a lot of that ancient history there. So it would make sense. Really incredible. So, and also just to mention that they say that the Great Pyramid is one of the few, I don't know if they use the word artificial, but something like that, earth chakra where it's not actually a piece of the earth, like a pyramid was actually built. So it's not like a mountain or a body of water or whatever. So that's kind of interesting. So we're going to talk about the Ascended Masters more with the fifth chakra, but I want to just go into the chakra itself, which is, the fifth chakra is your throat chakra, the chakra of spoken and unspoken communication. It's a really important chakra, obviously. It is turquoise blue, so the crystals that I would recommend would be like a turquoise blue or aquamarine. I'm wearing my aquamarine. I was going to wear my necklace, but I couldn't find my chain, so I didn't. And the parts of the body, obviously, the throat. Clear my throat. The glands, the mouth area, so the gums and the teeth, the neck, vertebrae, and then the foods. What they mention are mostly like citrus, like lemon and lime and grapefruit, and then things like herbal teas and juices and water. So more of like, I would say, fluidy type things. But you know, also what was coming to me when I was getting ready tonight, thinking about the different foods that might be good for the throat chakra, I would, you know, I don't know why this came to me, but it makes sense to me anyway. Eating foods that would help you to stay in integrity with what you believe and what you might teach or preach or talk about. So just because, you know, what you put in your mouth is what you put in your body, which is what you put makes your vibration, which, you know, people can either be in a very clear, clean state of mind and feeling and thinking, or you can be really cloudy. So like if you just ate junk food all the time, obviously your mind isn't going to be functioning as well as it did on vegetables. So, you know, just putting some thought around that. I don't know, that just came up for me, but that comes up for me anyway, just because I don't eat meat and stuff. And, you know, there's always the ongoing, you know, discussions or whatever about, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with meat. And I'm not even going to go into it. All I know is, you know, death doesn't really equal life. But, and the vibration, I mean, if you're going to eat meat, make sure it's something that's not been tortured and traumatized and, you know, all that, because all of that energy is going to go into you because it's all vibration. So that's all I'll say on that. So I think that's all I have for the fifth chakra. I want to get into really talking about the fifth chakra, talking about, you know, what you think and what you say is really what you create. And we talk about this all the time. So whether you're, you know, some people might say, oh my gosh, well, let's see, what's an example? Oh, okay, somebody sent me this YouTube to look at. She had a question. It was about Dubai, actually. And she said, look at this one part, and there was this guy talking who was, I don't know who he is, but very rich guy. And he was saying, they were talking like, oh, are you afraid of the, economy, affecting Dubai and everything? And he's like, it's not that we're, it is affecting us, but we don't talk about it because we have a belief here, if you talk about things, that it's going to come true. And then he says, just like cancer, we don't say the word, we just say that thing that kills you. So she wanted to know if that's why there's so much money there, is that's the key to their wealth. And I said, that's really good that he's mindful of the law of attraction. But I want to point the wording to when he said, we don't say the word cancer, but we just call it that thing that kills. Well, he's still naming it, just using a different name. So really, he is talking about the same vibration. So, there's ways that, just like if you're really worried about something, but then you just keep going, okay, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to create that. But remember that that vibration can still very much be inside of you, because even if you're not saying it, it's in your mind, it's in your thoughts. So the trick is to start clearing this stuff so it doesn't continue to affect your vibration. Now, I was watching one of my old YouTubes on my Raw, Cindy Eiler Raw channel, and I did a bunch of YouTubes when I was on a juice feast, like, gosh, a year and a half ago. And I was talking about this one where I realized that a lot of, like, limiting beliefs that I have came from, like, my parents and people that, were adults when I was a child, because you believe what they say. You think they tell us they know better than us, so we believe that. They have more experience, so we believe that. So, and I had come to this realization that, a lot of these things, beliefs that I took on, were actually not even mine, that I just took them on from my parents or whoever and claimed them that they were mine. So, that was like a really huge realization for me. So, if you think about any limiting things or things that haven't come into your life that you're looking for, or traits of your parents that you feel have affected you in a way of limiting things coming to you, or just thriving in it anyway, and really stepping back and going, you know what? I came in and they taught me this. And it's time for me to stop claiming this stuff. It's time for me to ask myself, well, what is my belief on this? Because I really don't like their belief. And I remember when that started happening for me, when I started realizing that I didn't agree with everything my mom told me, because I always thought my mom was pretty smart, and I pretty much agreed with her on everything. And when I realized, wow, I don't really believe that. It was like a really huge eye-opening thing for me. I think I was like in my late 20s or mid-20s when I started realizing it. And I was like, wow, I don't believe that. I don't have to believe that. So that was really cool. And that's some stuff that you can put your thoughts to, because if there are things that you're claiming just because it was taught to you, stop claiming it. It's not even yours. Like, we're claiming stuff that's not even ours. And tonight when we do our meditation, let's just let go of those things. And if you don't know what they all are, then you just can affirm that they are, you're ready and are willing to release any limiting beliefs that came from your parents that do not belong to you. So another way of doing that is like that neutral separation technique that I teach, when you send any energy that doesn't belong to you back to whoever it belongs to. And I'll do that in the meditation. And then call your energy back from any, you may have left your energy somewhere, or somebody might have taken your energy along the way. Neutral separation is really, really an important tool. And I highly recommend that you do that at least once a week. It's just so important. So you can look up on my Cindy Eiler Raw YouTube channel, Neutral Separation, and you will find at least one, if not a couple videos on that. Okay, I'm just sorry, writing notes so I don't forget. All right, so going back to, how we, okay, so what's really helpful is if you start thinking of something fearful, something pops in your head. I mean, we're all human here and we're all, we have our fears and stuff. Just be ready to say like a positive affirmation or say, okay, I'm letting that one go. But just the trick is to realize it as soon as you can and then just let it go. Just, cover it up. They always say the last thing that you say is what sticks. So let the last thing be something positive or expansive so, it can support you rather than hurt you, or, not hurt you, but just affect your experience better. The other thing that's coming to me to talk about, which I wasn't planning to talk about, gosh, it is so hot. These Ascended Masters are so here. I don't know if you guys are feeling that, but jeez, I have air conditioning and I am really hot. About contrast. And contrast is, that's good, Christine. And contrast is when you are experiencing the very opposite of what you want. So, don't look at that as a horrible thing, like, I didn't want this, why is this happening? I really believe contrast serves for two really important reasons. One of them is, hold on, Liz, I'll catch that in a second. One of them is that it's the universe asking you to become more clear about what you want because it's not clear enough. So you may be just saying, well, I am saying what I want. But no, sometimes there needs to be more clarity. That's why it's really important to write down your manifestations on paper, because they become more clear. If you just hold them in your head and you go, oh, well, that would be nice, and yeah, I want that, it's too slippery slopey, too slippery slidey, okay, when you just leave it in your head, because then you're just not very targeted or focused on it. When you write it down, you tend to get a little bit more detailed. So when you experience contrast, it is the universe really asking you to become more clear. And if you think you're clear, you need to be clearer. The other thing is, I believe it is a tool that the universe, a gift that the universe gives us to help us to expand our vibration to the point of being able to actually attain, realize, manifest these things in our life. So, for example, say you wanted to be a millionaire, and it doesn't have to come, the experience doesn't always have to come in the way of the same topic like money. So it wouldn't necessarily have to be a contrast in the money area, but it might be, and it would make sense if it was. So say you wanted to become a millionaire, and all of a sudden you're just I'm not saying you're manifesting, but you start experiencing this contrast of having a lot of money issues, and you're just like, what is going on here? I'm manifesting the other way. This is not what I asked for. Why is this happening? And this is the insight I got, that when that happens, it's because it's much easier. Well, it sounds weird, but I just had to tell you how they told me, and it makes sense to me, and I hope it makes sense to you. It's if they can, it's not that they want you to experience that contrast, but it's like, it's so much easier for us to go that way than go in the positive way, because meaning towards that million and going towards that finance issues, then going towards that million, because we're used to those issues. And that's where we tend to go as humans, is the way that we don't want to go. We tend, we all know that if we worry, we're going to create more worries. We all know if we have fear, we're going to create more fears. But does that stop us? No. Many of us keep continuing to do that, even though we know that that's not helping our situation. So it's almost like, number one, yes, you need to get clearer, and number two, experiencing that contrast in the hardest way is actually, it's like that pendulum swing, right? You get this contrast that goes way out here, but that means the swing also has to go way up here into that millionaire status. So do you get that? So if the universe can swing you way out of alignment this way, even though it doesn't feel good, it actually, the pendulum has to swing to the abundant, amazing flow as well. It has to, because that pendulum swings. It doesn't just go up and then down. It has to go this way. So what you do with your contrast is what is important. So it's about realizing it's a gift for you to get clearer, and that it is expanding the energetic wave so you can actually realize what you're looking for, because you may not know what it feels like to be a millionaire. So how does the universe give you that expansion without you knowing it? But you do know how to, for some reason, go to that other contrast that you don't want pretty easily. So it is a way of tipping the scales and making the energy expand. Okay, Liz wrote, someone strange came to my house and I started to be afraid that someone was casing my house. I was going to get an alarm, then realized, why am I focusing on this? Well, that's so true. You know, the vibrations that you put out are definitely going to attract things to you. And one thing, you know, I lived in Oakland, okay, but I mean, above all of the stuff, but close enough. And so when I was home alone for several days, overnight, you know, that could be pretty scary, but all I ever do is surround my house with archangels, the whole property. And I've always done that anywhere I live. Surround the whole property, surround every window and door, fill my house with angels. And in Oakland, I used to say, just make it vibrate so high no one even sees my property. It doesn't even see my house. And I never felt unsafe. I never felt that way. So, you know, just bring in your angels and know that they're protecting you. And, you know, just, who wants to live in fear? I mean, that's ridiculous. And you know what? Things can happen anywhere you live. So it's not like just because you live like where the billionaires live that things can't happen, because they do. So anyway, going back to our thoughts and how we speak, there's a very important message that I have to pass on to you today from the Ascended Masters. And it is about getting out and being on purpose with your purpose and on purpose with your passions. And the one subject that they were bringing up with me was that people too often do not do things because they don't feel qualified to do them. And so I'll give an example, like when I started my raw channel, my raw food channel, like that was early 2011. I was like, the angels told me to do that. I'm like, are you crazy? I'm not going to get on there and talk about this. Look at me. I'm obviously not one of these, you know, free Leah, skinny, you know, whatever, raw food people. And I'm going to get on there and talk about raw food and make recipes and juices. Like, come on, don't, you know, that's like embarrassing. Like, why would I do that? And they were just bugging me. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And so I, you know, from the very beginning, and that channel is actually pretty, I mean, it's kind of entertaining because I I do know some of what I do, but normally when I do a recipe, it becomes the most bizarre, ridiculous thing. I make a lot of mistakes, and I guess people probably find it funny because people keep coming back and watching. It's pretty disastrous most of the time. But, you know, I ended up just talking a lot about energy and stuff like that on the juice feast that I had documented daily for like 21 days or whatever. And a lot of people are learning from those videos. So for whatever reason I was told to do that, I did it. But it's like, you know, I know this one lady who owns a Curves, or like a Curves. I don't know if it's actually a Curves, but, you know, like an exercise place for women. And she's super overweight, and she's a counselor. So, I mean, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's like, why do we feel guided to do things and then we feel like we're unqualified to do it? But we may actually have an interest in it. We may actually have a passion in it. And so that is why there's a big difference in why you should do it. Because if it's something that's interesting and it's something that catches your attention and you can be passionate about it, it's that energetic wavelength that's actually going to teach the people that are drawn to you. Okay? You know those cards I have until today, like the people who used to come to my classes, whenever I pulled out that deck, we'd all cringe because I don't even know how to say her name right. Iyanla Van Zandt. She, like I say, those cards shoot straight from the hip right into the core of your heart. It's like, ouch, that hurt. Like they're always so true and so perfect that, and it just gets to the core of what your issue is, and it stings, but it's good. It's like one of those, it hurts so good type of things. So, you know, she was talking about in one of her videos that I saw recently, some lady came to her for weight loss. In the video, I don't know how she is now, but in the video, she's kind of heavy. And she's like, why'd she come to me for weight loss? I mean, why would she come to me? Look at me. And so, but she's talking about, just don't think that if there's something that you're drawn to, talk about that you're knowledgeable in. Don't say, oh, I'll do it, like in my case with the raw thing, oh, I'll do it when I become skinny, or I'll do it when I feel qualified to do it. It's all part of your path. And you know what? Maybe there's people, actually I did get a new friend request recently, and this lady told me she's been following my videos for a while on my raw food channel. And she said, you know, I'm about the same body type as you. So maybe some people can relate to people that are really going through the transformation themselves and, you know, not always looking at the perfect raw foodie that's, you know, got zero body fat and is looking all, you know, great and everything else. So you never know why the reasons are that you are chosen to be interested and do the things that interest you. So basically what I'm saying is, if you're guided to do something and you feel unqualified, that is your ego telling you. Because we all know that we teach, and when we teach, we really learn it even better. If you want to learn something really good, teach it. That's the best way to learn anything better, is to teach it. And that's so true about any subject. So if you're feeling like you want to do something but you feel unqualified to do so, kick that thought to the curb and go for it, because there's a reason why you should be doing it, okay? And you may never know the reason, and then one day you get an email, or you know, you change somebody's life, and then you end up doing that. Okay. The other thing that I want to talk about is really examining your thoughts and noticing, where do your thoughts go normally every day? I mean, it would be really, you know, I suggest these things. I don't know if anybody ever does them, but it's a really good idea to kind of just write a few notes every day. At the end of each day, what did I think about? What was on my mind mostly today? And do it every day for like a week. And then to look at all your notes and see, where's your head most of the time? It's so worth doing these kinds of little exercises, because when you do it, you really find where you can fine-tune and help yourself to get to a better level. even if you were the most positive person for a whole week, I'm sure you could see how you could even take that up higher. One thing I really want to ask you all to do is become students of gratitude. Really learn about gratitude. I mean, I know we all hear it. I know, yeah. Oh, gratitude again, here we go again. But you know what? I really learned gratitude in a much deeper way when I moved back to the US. When I came here and unexpected things happened, and thank God I had already rented the place and everything, because by the time I actually landed here, I think I had $50 to my name, and I had no idea. I had no phone, I had no computer. Obviously, internet was being installed, but what good is that without a computer? And obviously I needed food, and I had to have deposits for the water and electric for living where I live. So I was really like freaked out. I didn't know what I was going to do. I mean, I always know things work out, but that's, you know, kind of scary. And it was unplanned for. And I had money, but by the time I got here, so many things had happened that it was like, that's what happened to me. And that first month of being here was crazy. So, but it all worked out somehow. And the thing is that I could have made that a worse situation than it was. And maybe I could have made it a better situation than it was. But I knew what I had to do, which is get back to basics. I would go to the beach every day, even though I'd go to the beach and that was still not lifting my mood. I mean, getting out in nature and it not working to lift your mood, that's when you know things are really tough. And I'd come back from the beach still feeling like I had a load of bricks on my shoulders. But I just kept doing what I needed to do. And somehow miracles started flying in. And my friend really helped me. My mom really helped me. So they were like my lifesavers. And my friend had a gift certificate for Best Buy for like $200. So she gave that to me. And my mom had given me a little bit of money, not much, but some. And I was able to get like a laptop, and somehow I was able to get the money I needed to do what I needed to do. I don't know how. Now I don't remember how that happened, but it happened. And it all worked out. But I really had to learn that, number one, I was saying before I was leaving from Egypt that I feel like a lot of people, that I don't get a lot of help. It feels like I don't really have a lot of support. Even people who say they support me, when it comes down to it, it's not really a lot of support. And so I was saying that. And when I got here, it was like the universe, I'll just say the bad word, was bitch slapping me into a better attitude. And it was like I had to depend on people to help me. And then I had to really learn how to be in such gratitude for that. So it was like the only way that I was going to get out of that hole was to, number one, see that people help me. And number two, really learn what it means to be in gratitude. So it doesn't sound deep on the level that I'm talking to you at, but it was for me. So, really become students of gratitude. I practice gratitude every day, if not just in the morning at night, but during the day. I've never in my life held as much gratitude as I can now. I really get it. It's not a forced thing. It's not like I'm just doing affirmations or doing a gratitude party just to do it because it's good. I truly feel it on so many levels all the time. And, last week, when was it? Maybe 4 days ago or 5 days ago, I was feeling pretty I don't know how to explain it, kind of off and sort of down. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but I wasn't happy, that's for sure. And I was really irritated by a lot of things were irritating me. And so my friend just happened coincidentally to start chatting with me on Facebook. And I started telling her one of the things that had been pissing me off. And then she was laughing so hard. She was just cracking up so hard. She goes, "That's so funny. Like, it's totally not going to happen. So don't be mad like that." And it is so funny. But when she goes, "I can't stop laughing," even though I couldn't hear her, and she's typing it, she's like tears. And she's laughing and laughing and laughing. And then I just started laughing because she was laughing, and then thinking about it, it really was very funny. Like, it was really funny. It was so ridiculous. It was so funny. And so, anyways, it was just cool because, you know, it just, starting to laugh gets you out of that mood. Well, later that night I went to bed, and, you know, I was just like, okay, I mean, I was in a better mood, obviously, but I wasn't bouncing off the wall happy. But I got into bed, and I pull the covers up, and all of a sudden, out of my mouth, I'm speaking out loud, and it's just coming out. I'm not even thinking about it. And I'm saying, "Thank you, God, for my amazing life." And I'm laughing, and I'm like, it's all so perfect. Everything is so perfect. All this stuff that's happened that I was angry at and upset and down, it was all so perfect. Thank you. I know it's exactly what I needed. So thank you for this amazing life. Thank you for me being upset. Thank you for everything. This is so awesome. I absolutely know that the universe is always working on my behalf 24/7. And even if I don't know why I needed to be upset and so mad and down, I really knew at that moment that it was so perfect. And if I never find out, it's okay, because whatever reason, the universe is always orchestrating everything so dang perfect. Everything that happens in your life at every given moment is so exactly perfect. It's like the universe is just playing like a giant orchestra. Everybody's got their instrument, everybody's got their music, they're all playing it in a different way, but somehow it all comes together so beautifully. So you have to think about that in your life and really say everything, seemingly good or bad, is so absolutely perfect for you in that moment, and it's all serving you for your highest good. And if you can get to that point, then your life will shift to such an amazing, amazing space and place. Seriously, I am at more peace in my life now than I have ever been in my whole life, because I have put all these things to practice. The gratitude, the realizing that every little thing that happens is so perfect. And because that is complete trust and faith that it is. You know why? I have seen too many miracles fall into place. I have seen too many things just appear out of nowhere at the perfect timing. So yeah, you might start feeling a little fear, but get rid of it as soon as you can. Seriously, I really don't go into fear for very long at all. If it comes to me, I always go, nope, you know what? I know that that's working out. I'm not even going to go there. And then I'll get up and go get a glass of water. I'll distract myself from the thought. It's not worth even thinking about it for 5 minutes. The minute you feel that fear, just say, you know what? This is perfect. Everything's okay. It's working out. And go do something else. I don't care. Get a glass of water, walk outside and get a fresh air for a second. But absolutely trust that it's all perfect, because the minute you start thinking about those fears, and if it lasts within 17 seconds, it's already creating. If you're doing it 5 minutes, that's a lot longer than 17 seconds. And if you're doing it for a day or a week or a month, oh my gosh, seriously, it is so not really worth that. So stop giving your life up to fear. It really isn't worth it. Okay, I want to see if this is, does anybody have any questions? I want to see if this is going to work for me. I want to share 2 clips of this video that's really awesome. And I hope it works, because this is new. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. So I'm going to do this thing, and if it's not working for you, you can type in the chat, because I think it's going to work though. Hold on. Here you go. Enjoy.
Thinking is one thing. Telling the truth is another. Hello? Hello? People have come up with some of the most creative ways to tell lies. And I think sometimes we don't even recognize that it's not the truth. Oh, I can't do that. That's a lie. You choose not to. You're afraid to. But you can. I don't know. That's a lie. You can't not know. You may not be aware in this moment, but you must know. You do know what you want. Oh, I don't care. Yes, you do care. Why are people behaving badly in your life? How many people think you got somebody behaving badly in your life? Why? You are the only one who gets to say what goes on in your life. But we don't tell the truth.
Brenda was the only one that could hear that. How about you, Christine? Not so well. Could hear, but not. Okay, so I think you guys will be able to hear it on the recorded version. And that's too bad, because there was one more clip that I wanted to really play. So I guess what I'll do is I'll play the other clip at the end, so you guys don't have to just sit here in nothingness. It's really good. Anyway, here's the, anyway, I'll just put the other clip at the end then. Let me take this down. So basically what she was talking about is how we say things to lie to ourselves, to convince ourselves not to do things that we don't want to do. Like, just like, oh, I don't care, or, you know, just excuses for not doing things. So it's really cool, and just please go back and listen to the archive to pick that up. So anyway, just going back to the thoughts and doing the things that you really want to do in your life. A few things that she said, and these are two things that I had actually written as well, is number one, thinking about what you want for yourself. And this is besides the fact of doing things that you feel guided to do. This is just in life in general. Is being really honest with yourself with what you want, and then being able to draw very clear boundaries for yourself and the people around you so you can attain those things. And making sure that you have clear boundaries so people can't overstep them and behave badly in your life. And that's one of the things she was talking about, is who do you have people behaving badly in your life? Why? Because why do you have that if you do? Because it's your life. People are not allowed to do that in your life. So go back and listen to this recording so you can hear it. The other thing is eliminating people and things that are not resonating with where you are and who you are in your life. You know what? I posted something on Facebook the other day. It's like, it's time to do inventory, people. Who are the people around you? What are the things you're doing? Yeah. What are the things that you're doing that, you know, are resonating with you and are not resonating with you? Like, just put a list together of what's working for you and what's not working for you. And who are the people around you? Are they working for you or are they not working for you? I'm telling you, I am so in that mode of take numbers and kick butts. It's like, if you're not resonating with me, you're not allowed in my experience. Okay? There has to be at some point, you know, loving yourself enough to not let other people to get in your way. Okay? So there's ways to work everything out. Now, in relationships, you know, there's that spirit to spirit. First of all, clear communication is essential. And I did a really good video on that the other day. I don't know if you guys are following my videos, but it's called Speak Up for Yourself. And, you know, it's like, if you don't speak up for yourself, who's going to speak up for you? If you don't tell people how you feel, how do you expect people to know how you feel? Don't think that, you know, people should know how you feel, because that's not fair, okay? To assume that to that video. But if you subscribe to my page, you will get updates. So, you know, we have to be responsible for what we allow in our experience and the people we allow around us. And when you do that, the universe is going to follow suit, okay? So just notice that. And the other thing that's really important, this is what they're telling me now to tell you, is resistance. Notice resistance in your life. What are you resisting? Who are you resisting? What is it that you resist? Because those are the things that you need to really start looking at and do something about those things. Start coming to peace with it. Okay. Let me just make sure that I said everything. That other video was really good because it also talked about being qualified for, like what I was talking about, feeling qualified to do what you want to do. And so I'm going to play that clip at the end of this, and really I want you to listen to it. It talks about Moses. So it was pretty cool that on this day that, you know, Moses came in on this video right at the perfect timing. I just want to make sure I went through all my notes and said everything I need to say. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do readings. Oh yeah, I think I didn't talk about that. The spirit to spirit. Communication is really important, but if you're in a position where you need to talk with somebody and it's a very hard conversation, spirit to spirit really is the answer to that, because spirit to spirit, your spirit is hearing that person's spirit's listening, and things transform immediately. Seriously, that is not anything to doubt. Spirit to spirit is probably one of the tools that I use a lot, all the time. And you can find that. I've done, I think, at least 3 videos on that on my Cindy Eiler Raw YouTube channel. Just do a search for Spirit to Spirit. And I want to share one other video with you that I saw recently that was so awesome, talking about having difficult conversations. I should have it right here. And it's with the same woman, with Oprah. And there's the link. That is awesome. So the link didn't come out all the way, so you've got to make sure that you copy the whole thing and put it in your browser. Definitely, those links are so worth watching. That Oprah one with this same woman was very powerful. Okay, Brenda. So these readings are in regards to your throat chakra and everything else we talked about tonight. Winter solstice reflection. So this one is, here we go. So, you know, I've been talking about that reflection a lot lately. And it's all about, see what's reflecting in your life. What is reflecting? What are you seeing reflecting to you on a daily basis? Those are the things you want to look at right now. If you're ever wondering what is in the way or what needs to be dealt with, see what is reflecting in your life. And Brenda, I don't know why, but I just keep getting this visual since you emailed me earlier of, you know, you talk about your land being really big and this big huge field, like a big open space. and something just landing there, but in the way of abundance. So what I'm hearing for you is, it's Jesus actually talking, and he's saying, be open to a miracle. And don't worry about how it happens, just know that it does happen, because it happens in the most unexpected ways. So what you need to work on right now is knowing that message, number one, but also in the near term is working on the reflection. Whatever is reflecting to you, something that's weighing on you every day that gets your attention. And what I'm hearing is journal about it. I mean, you don't have to go into big detail writing everything out, but how does it make you feel? How do you want to feel about it? How can you get there? What can you do to make movement in that situation? Okay? And as you do that, your angels, your spirit guides, your really what I'm seeing, our angels and ascended masters and star beings are going to help you with that. But you have to get rolling on moving the energy, which was my latest video about getting energy moving and getting things moving into alignment with you. And I hope you watch that one, because that will help you with this reflection thing. Start somewhere, just do something. So that was my latest video. If you went on my channel, it'll be just right at the top. Okay, who's next? Shaman, ancient healing wisdom. And the message I'm getting is you have a lot of indigenous energy working with you, primarily medicine woman. And you have, what they're telling me is that you're really good with, it's almost like one of the things you worked with before were potions and mixing herbs and making elixirs and just kind of doing your, they're actually using the word witchcraft, which is weird, but using that in many different lifetimes to help cure things for health benefits and for helping to shift awareness and shift into where you want to be, and like a shapeshifter even, using those types of tools of the elixirs, the herbs, the potions, whatever. And I don't know if you ever feel an attraction to doing that sort of thing, like blending oils or working with herbs or working with even elixirs. And the kind of elixirs I'm seeing is like plant-based, herbal-based stuff, but actually in the way of essence, so liquid form. And they keep talking about doing that for healing and transformation. So it looks like, you know what I'm getting? What's her name? White Buffalo. What's her name? White. She's an ascended master. White Buffalo woman. Is that her name? I see her, but I forget her exact name. White Buffalo calf woman. Work with her, because she's with you. Okay? They're telling me that that's going to be very expansive for your communication and opening to your manifestations, actually. The healing and transformation that comes from that. It's an interesting message. I was hoping you wouldn't get the iceberg one. I don't know why, because that card comes up too much. But you got Shaman. Ancient healing wisdom. Same card, a different message. I'm actually seeing the Ascended Master Jwal with you. And he's actually known as the Tibetan. And he's super powerful. he's telling me, gosh, you know what? I actually sleep with this guy's picture next to my bed every night. Oh, that's funny, Christy. I actually sleep with Joel's Cool's picture next to me every night, which is so funny. Like many years ago, like I don't know how many, maybe 15 years ago, 13 years ago, I became acquainted with Joel Cool. And he is like so cool. And I remember that I didn't want to, I'm sorry, I'm getting the right spelling because they call him DK for short, but I always spell it wrong, so I wanted to get you the right spelling. He was one of the Ascended Masters that came during this one class that I had attended, and I said, "Oh, I don't want to work with him. I want to work with Saint Germain, or I don't know. I think it was Saint Germain or Katumi. I don't want to work with him." And then when we went through all the Ascended Masters in that one very short 2-hour class, he was the one that came in so powerful, and he wouldn't leave me alone. It was so funny. It was just like, actually, he was being very funny. I had this guy next to me that was making all this noise, and he was making all these jokes. But anyway, from that time, I had gone on the internet and had printed these different pictures of these different Ascended Masters, and one was his, and I put tape on it. So it's just like a black and white printed thing with tape, and that, I have 2 of them. I don't know where the other one is at this moment, but that thing made it with me out of all my stuff that, you know, after I left my life in Oakland and I went to Vallejo, and then I moved to Egypt. It ended up with me in Egypt. And so he hung out next to me my whole time on my nightstand there. And then coming back here, I left a whole bunch of stuff in Egypt. I had just really brought some clothes. I left a bunch of clothes there too. And then I came back here, and somehow he ended up with me here too. It's so funny. It's like he's just hanging with me. So that guy's face is next to on my nightstand every night, leaning up on my light, looking at me. He's so strong talking right now, and he's showing me, he's pointing connections between I'm trying to get the sense of this, between the indigenous American Indian and the Tibetan indigenous people. And he says, what he's saying is everything is so connected, and although they're so far apart, they are really connected on the same grid. And he's saying, you, my dear, are part of this grid. And you have a lot of talents in healing, in ways of plants, herbs, and essences. But on the level of using more oil-based essences and using transformational energies. So pull from the energies of, he's saying, the mountains, the great mountains of Tibet, and pull from the energies of the indigenous American Indian here, and pull those transformational healing energies into your oils and use those for healing and transformation. I don't know. That's what he says. And remember what our topic was today. Don't not do it because you think you're not qualified. Obviously, if you guys are getting these messages, it's for a reason. And if I had powerful Ascended Masters coming to me telling me to make some potions, I would be doing that. And it happened to me too. Earlier in my work, I used to do a lot of that. And I still blend oils all the time. That's why I loved Egypt so much, because I could get oils that you can't get anywhere else. And I use them a lot for, I use oils every day. I use them for transformation all the time. Okay, so you use and mix oils. And you did readings. So, yeah. That's part of your work, but not only to mix and use those oils, but to now channel in the frequencies that you are connected to naturally. Pretty cool. It's so interesting because, like, I'm going to email you something I'm getting, but meadow, vulnerability. So I am totally getting that with you. I'm getting just a lot of fear with you lately, which is so strange because, you know, when I was back in the Bay Area, I feel your energy has, for some reason, has shifted to this more fearful state than you used to be. And that what I'm hearing, actually, Mother Mary and Jesus are actually here with you. And Mother Mary's just holding you and saying, you know, everything's going to be okay. And Jesus is saying that your energy is very fragile right now. So it's important for you to realize that. And one thing that you have to work on right now is just, what can you do to find peace within, inner peace? And that's the focus they really want you to work on. And they're willing to help you with that, but they need your awareness of really opening to that. They're saying working with that third and fourth chakra is really helpful with this. And it's just like you just need to be bathed in so much love and security right now. And just know that, you know, they're showing me there's like cracks in your energy and it's very fragile. And it's like reminding, this meadow reminds me of Panther Meadows and how you just have to be so careful walking through there because it's so vulnerable. And so you have to also be careful with your energy because it is really vulnerable. And doing some energy work would be really helpful for you to just clear out that, however that vibe got on you, but clear it out, seal you back up, and just give you that boost again to get going and go for it. Because this other stuff just, it's like pulling at your energy. And the only thing you need really is to get your energy back to where it was. And nothing wrong with you. You're not doing anything wrong. It's just that when our energy is not fully replenished, and when I'm seeing all these cracks in it, that's how the fear can get in. That's how the vulnerability gets in. That's how the fragileness gets in there. So you just have to build your energy back up. That's it. So it's not that you're doing anything wrong. You just have to work on your energy. And, you know, that's one thing I was saying in my last video was, just like we go to the dentist for a checkup, just like we go to the gym for our bodies or to the doctor, we also all have to remember it's so important that we need healings too. Our energy is who we are. That is us. Without our life force energy, our body cannot be at its best, period. And so it's really important for people to start getting that, how important healings are. You know, I get them too. I give a lot of healings, but I also receive healing. And I do it myself, and I also receive from other people. So if I'm doing it, and I do it every day, and I'm really aware of my energy, that means you better believe that everybody else needs it too. So anyway, that's just what you need to do, and then you'll start feeling a lot better. And a lot of weird stuff will just stop happening to you. Ooh, yours flew out. New moon promise. Wow, romantic. Okay, so what I'm getting on this is, the new moon is always for setting your new clear intentions on your manifesting. And I'm hearing again, you know, I'm seeing Jesus with you as well. Get clear with what you want. Get really clear with what you want, and don't base it on fear. To just go in your heart and, you know, I'm seeing different things, so it's not one thing. Just go in your heart, and they're asking you to revamp a list because it's kind of gotten, I mean, you've changed. You know what? Whenever we do things, whenever we go on a trip, whenever life goes on for 2 or 3 months, things change. We might still want like the same things, like our businesses to be better, or our, you know, whatever to be better. But it's time to refine right now what it is you want for you, your family, and your future. And they're telling me to have you write it down, not just think it out, because when you think it out, it starts going also to that worry side. And this is not a worry exercise. This is about, like, if you could open a treasure chest, this is what you'll find. And that's what they want you to do is look at it as something fun and excited that you can manifest this, and you will. The whole thing about moving, I don't know why they're talking about moving again. It comes up, they're saying to, and I say they because I saw Jesus, but I'm seeing lots of angels around you, especially Archangel Raphael. They're saying that it's still in the works, so don't give up hope. Keep the faith on that. And they're just like, what they're telling me is they're just poking in to remind you to keep going with that. But again, Jesus is showing me like this. He opens this scroll of paper and says, write it down. So I don't know if you write down your manifestations, but that's where it's at. Either write it down or type it out, but put it down somewhere, and not in your head, somewhere outside of your head. Okay. Wow. Volcano, volatility. So that's pretty powerful. Wow. Okay, so when I look at it, I saw a whole nother energy. So this one, I thought, wow, he must be like really exploding in his life. What's happening here? Actually, this is really interesting. I don't even know if this card is meant to look like that. I don't know if you can see this card that good. But can you see here? First, to me, when I first looked at this, I wasn't seeing that at all. But when I turned it around and looked at it, I looked at that big blast at the top of the mountain, and then I went up, and it almost looked like a heart up there. So then I got passion, and then it turned into these two faces, like they could either be angels or people. And what I'm getting is there's a passion brewing, and it's ready to explode. So this is a good explosion. It's the Archangel Michael, of course, talking to you. I was looking for an Ascended Master, and I get actually a couple of Ascended Masters for you. The first one being Joel Kuhl again, which is surprising, and Saint Germain. And they're saying to really, you know, start paying attention to that passion in your heart and going for what you want. And it's funny because they're like, you know what, don't go for just the surface level things. Start manifesting this person, so I guess this is about your love life, this person from an energetic, soul-based place. When you do that, you will naturally attract this soul connection to you. And it's not about searching it out. It's about just getting in touch with you, connecting into your soul, and letting that connection that connection attract to you naturally. I keep getting Mount Shasta for you. Could be a meeting there, of meeting somebody. I'm just feeling, I don't know why, they just keep showing me Mount Shasta. Saint Germain obviously is very involved with Shasta, so it's interesting. And Joel Kuhl is really stepping it up with you, so I would really work with him too. And hold on, let me just tune in with him, what he's wanting to say to you. He's just like, live it in passion. Like he keeps shaking his head like, you're doing it the wrong way. You're doing it the wrong way. you know better than this. This is not your first day. It's not your first time. You know it all stems with energy, and it has nothing to do with, you know, the superficial visual look. You need to, not that you can't have that, because you can, but you need to just start working it at a passionate inside soul level. So I hope that makes sense. But Mount Shasta keeps screaming in my head. So I don't know. That's the message. But I saw two people kissing in this passionate flame. Maybe you should listen to Rumi. Do you have that CD that Deepak Chopra put out with the Rumi poems, and like Madonna and Demi Moore and all of them are talking and reciting Rumi? Yeah, that thing's awesome. There's actually two of them. I just posted those on my Facebook too. Just look up Rumi Deepak Chopra, and there's two of them. They're very good. Okay, I was just shuffling these, and I didn't even know who's next. Your card jumped out of here. And it's Stone People Vigilance. Okay, wait, I'm just trying to get this. So these are like stones inside of water. So what I'm hearing for you, first of all, let me see which Ascended Master I'm seeing. I'm seeing Jesus and Mary with you too. What I'm hearing is, don't let people get you down. And it's almost like, be a stone person. Like, don't even let other people's energies affect you. Just like, it would be like seeing a stone in water and knowing that nothing could affect it. Just like, you know, it's almost like what they're showing me is actually kind of funny. They're showing me a picture, a vision of you, and you're sitting there and people are doing stupid stuff around you that you don't like. And it's almost like you're like completely, like you see it, but you're totally not even seeing it. It's like, that's so ridiculous. I can't even try to put any attention to that. I can't even go there. It's so ridiculous. I'm not even gonna flinch an eyelash at that. So that's what they're saying. It's not for you to become a stone or be a hard person, but to become immune to other people's dramas. And just don't even let it faze you. Don't let it even faze you. In one ear and out the other. Like, what? Was there something just said? Because I didn't even hear that, so I can't even acknowledge it. And really, that first agreement, don't take things personally, and realize that whatever anybody's dishing your way is just a reflection of what's going on in them, and for you not to take it on at all, because you are worth more than that, and your health is much more worthy than putting up with people's crap and taking it on and then dragging you into having issues. Because, you know, one time when somebody was saying something to me that wasn't nice, and I told them, you know what, I realize that you must be having a problem, so I'm going to not take what you just said personally, and just know that it's something that you're dealing with. And when I said that, they looked at me like there's this big question mark in the air, and then silence. I didn't know how to respond to that. So if you can remember that when people say things that are just not nice or really out of line or ridiculous, and just say, you know what, I really can't take what you said personally, because I realize it's just a reflection of what's going on in you. So, you know, okay, I'm just going to let that one go. It keeps you in a place of peace and not taking it on and not getting upset. And it also puts it back on their plate, so to speak, and gives them something to think about, like, whoa, okay. And it's true, okay? So be like the stone people. Let things, and this picture is, you know, the water is just the water drifts by the stone. So just let it drift by you and don't even give it a second thought. And they say your health depends on that. Okay, so I think I got everybody here. Whoa, there's like 6 cards that wanted to jump out, but we're not doing that. Childhood innocence. And the message I get, and actually I get Merlin for you, and Merlin is a magical magician, wizard, and he's saying play. Get out and play, stop taking things so seriously, stop being a grown-up, stop being responsible for everyone. Just get out and play. Play, play, play. And he's waving his wand and putting magical energy around you. So I'm going to ask Merlin to stay with you and give you magical healing and help you to feel vibrant and energized and excited to go out and have some fun. So he's saying go out, grab a friend, and go have fun. He's mentioning the spa, so he must know you well. And just go have some play dates and make them a regular part of your schedule. So start, once a month we're going to go do this. Maybe you do different things once a month, but make sure that you're carving out time just for you to go have fun and have play date. Okay, so we're going to do a meditation now. Moving right along. So if I can have you guys just close your eyes and take off glasses and relax. Moving your head and your neck and your shoulders, loosening things up. And start taking some nice deep breaths. Sending your grounding cords down to the core of the earth. And attuning to Mother Earth's slow, strong heartbeat. Allowing that earth energy to pulse right from the core of the earth up to your first chakra and back down. And bring your attention to the center of your head. See yourself in the center of your head, in the middle of a beautiful pink bubble of love light. And attach a grounding cord to it, letting it drop straight through your body, down to the core of the earth, and anchoring your spirit fully into your body. And now I really want you just to imagine you pulling your spirit into every part of your body. Remember, your life force energy is who you are, and without your life force, your body cannot be in a healthy state. So pull your life force into all of your muscles. Pull your life force into all of your skeletal system, into all of your organs. Into your brain, into your skin, to every cell of your body, into every part of your veins and your blood. Pull your life force energy back into you. And then allow it to expand out into your aura, because The energy around your aura is also you. And then put a white light covering around your aura just to keep your energy nice and full around you. And then feel the flow of golden white sparkly light coming down from Creator and into your crown chakra, filling your body, and then expanding out past your aura and down to the core of the earth. Feel the cleansing and the uplifting. Now I want us to each call in the Ascended Master that's working with us specifically today, that came through. And just ask them to stand in front of you. And I want you to feel their vibration come in. And you will feel like probably a very strong pressurized vibration. And ask them to surround your aura with their vibration just to help uplift you, clear your energy, give you some extra power and healing. And for whatever your reading was, to help you with that. And to help us with the rest of our meditation. Just let them be on standby helping us with whatever we're doing. So the first thing I want to do is release any beliefs that we took on from our parents or any of our elders growing up, anybody really, that are not in alignment with who we have become and what we need to support us. So just all you need to do is relax, and we're going to work through your cellular memory and your DNA to begin releasing limiting beliefs that we took on from our parents, our family line, from traumas, from experiences. Just let them begin to work their way out. You might feel a twisting and turning going on in your vibration. That is the DNA work happening. And asking Jesus to hold the space for all of us, for this transformation, to work miracles with us, to release these things for good, to empower us, and regenerate our body, minds, and spirits with a new frequency to support our paths forward. Okay, that's going to continue working. I want to do some neutral separation work. So we are going to release any energies that do not belong to us. And the way we're going to do is just imagine it leaving through our third chakra. So any energies that are in our body, mind, and spirit that do not belong to us, just imagine flowing out of your third chakra and back to wherever they need to go. People, places, situations. Just let anything that is not of your energy to flow freely out of you. Remembering to breathe. And as that continues to flow out and go back to where it belongs, let's call all of our energy back. So any energy that we left anywhere with anyone, in any place, in any situation is now coming back to us from all directions of time and space into our present now. Feel it coming in through your crown chakra and anchoring down through your body. Welcoming yourself back to yourself. Breathing. Okay, good job. Now we are going to invoke Saint Germain, asking Saint Germain to come in and surround us with his amazing, healing, transformative violet flame. So just imagine you are engulfed in the most healing, magical, transformational violet flame. And it's just working through your aura, through your emotional, mental, spiritual bodies, and through your physical body. And this violet flame knows how to transmute negative energies into positive, supportive, uplifting, spiritual-based energies. Let that violet flame do its work. And let's just set some intentions right now. Moving forward, we know what it feels like to be grateful on an everyday, every moment basis. We know that everything that happens is always working out for our highest good and perfect in every single possible way. The universe is always working on our behalf, always. And everything is always in perfect divine order. So we accept each day and each and every moment with gratitude and faith and trust that it's all just absolutely perfect. Let the violet flame transform that vibration into your being. And now Mother Mary brings in the pink flame of unconditional love. Feel yourself also bringing in that beautiful pink flame of unconditional love, transforming you, upgrading you, beautifying your body, mind, and spirit. And let's ask all the ascended masters that are working with us, known and unknown, to come and surround our auras and send their amazing, powerful healing vibrations into our aura and our bodies, and just receive those frequency infusions. Breathe it all in. And then tonight, just remember to go to bed with this. Call them all back and do more of this healing and transformation and infusion. And really set some more intentions that you would like to work on. Asking for their power and their help to get you through it. Walking with us this week, moving forward. Helping us, teaching us, showing us, supporting us. Take a nice deep breath. And when you're ready, you can come back. So you can really feel the power of those ascended masters. They are no nonsense, and they've got a definite vibration that is so high. I mean, this is so different from a spirit guide vibration. I'm not putting spirit guides down, but you can tell the difference between a spirit guide vibration and an ascended master vibration. And you can tell the difference between an angel vibration and an ascended master vibration. When you start working, I mean, the angels are beautiful, they're loving and amazing and pure, and it's a very high, clean, clear vibration. The ascended masters vibrations are more heavy-duty, power-packed, powerful, intense. And they will help you with your path. So don't forget to call on them, because they're so powerful. They're so powerful. They know how to work being a human in the world, and they know how to work being a spirit body. So they can really relate to you on so many different levels, and they know how to help you maneuver this stuff because they've been here. They know this. This is new. This is not new to them. And it's not that an angel doesn't know, but an angel has not been in a body to know. Okay? The ascended masters, they know, and they will be there through all of those. They had it tough. They know what it feels like to have these things tough. I mean, and then look at the ascended masters, like what is their specialty? So I was thinking about this earlier too, like Jesus is totally unconditional love. Like, look what happened to him. And in the Course of Miracles, he says, he doesn't even want you to think about him being crucified. That wasn't the point of that. What he wants you to focus on in that story is the resurrection. That's where he wants your focus. The amazing resurrection of the spirit. That was the real lesson in all of that, besides compassion and unconditional love for people who are doing things to you. But he doesn't even want to focus on that. The focus is about the beauty of the resurrection. Okay? There's an amazing book about the miracles. I gotta find that book. I have it, but not with me. I'm gonna find the name of it and I'll send it to you. But it talks about the different miracles of Jesus and how he really, what he would do, like when he took the fish and bread and fed all those people, how he went into the desert by himself and looked up to God and asked in prayer, and then trusted and went back, and it happened. So it's a really amazing book. That I love that book. I'll share that with you when I find the name of it. And you know, all of these ascended masters have had something big go down with them. So just know that what we go through is probably not even half as much as what they had to deal with. So they know how to maneuver this life and how to get through it. So call on them consciously and work with them every day. You know, when I need a miracle, you know I'm calling on Jesus. He's the miracle maker. When I know I need to get some really deep healing done, you know I'm calling on Jesus. You know, when I need magic, I'm calling on Merlin. I'm calling on Saint Germain. Saint Germain is a reincarnation of Merlin. He knows what he's doing. Joel Kuhl actually was the one that helped me open up my mediumship and my psychic abilities again. And he did it really fast. That's the other thing, that always ask for what you want. If you want your intuition to increase, tell the angels, tell the angels, first of all, I'm ready for this to increase, and then work with one of the ascended masters that you feel guided to help you with it too. Joel Kuhl, I mean, I was saying I don't want to work with him, and he was like, you're working with me. And then I asked him to do that, and it was like within like a month, I totally shifted into this amazing place. What did I, who did you say? Joel Kuhl was the one that helped me with my intuition, my mediumship. In particularly, I wanted him to help me with channeling, and that's what he helped me with. And I still think it's funny that his picture's by my bed all the time. It's like my friend's like, I really want to know who is that guy. It's like he's always around. And the other night I went to bed, and when I laid down, there's all this stuff on my nightstand, but a clear pathway, and he's looking right at me. I feel my crown chakra spinning. So anyway, work with the Ascended Masters. They are so powerful and so amazing. I mean, I'd like to do a class just on, you know, a 6-week class just on them, or 7-week class. I was thinking about doing the different the different rays and the different ascended masters that go with those rays, and talking about them. They're amazing and powerful. So anyway, I am going to play the next clip that I was talking about. So if it doesn't work for you, you can log out, but on the recording, I'm sure it will work. But I just want to get it on here because it was really important, and it was about more information about why we're guided to do things, and even if we may not seem like the best suited person for it, that God sure thinks we are. So we really need to honor that and go for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodnight to all of you. And Brenda, if you want to stay on and watch it, since it worked for you, I invite you to stay, and then I'm going to close it out. Good night, everybody, and I will see you next week. Stay awesome.
And this is what God says about us. Do you know this book? What Poems from God? I'll show it to you. Do you have it in the bookstore? Okay, good.